That's good.
Awesome.
Greetings from the home slice. Hopefully you found it as satisfying to watch that video as I found it to make that video. So with my current job, one day every week, I go out in the countryside with the organization where I volunteer and clear some land of all the invasive plant species that have come into New Zealand so we can get it back to native plants. And I figured, what better way? I mean, doing 3.5 hours of solid hiking and hacking per week, so why not get some outdoors knife edge retention testing out of it? So I hope to do more of these tests since it's kind of built into my job. I'd like to actually test some different models of knives, different heat treatments, different steels, and see how the Dual Grit Edge performs with different outdoors knife options. For my next test, I'd really love to purchase a Tops brand fixed blade because I've always wondered if the differential tempering of the edge has an effect that is greater than what KaBar has done in adding a little bit of chrome and vanadium to the steel. So if it sounds cool to you to do further testing with a Tops knife, then please look for the Patreon link in my description, because at this point nobody is paying me anything to make these videos. I'm having to undertake the costs myself. Also, stay tuned because in my next video of testing this, I'm going to take this edge, which has endured over 3 hours of the abuse that you saw, and has not been resharpened or touched up in any way, and I'm going to take it into the kitchen and chop up a pumpkin and dice it and peel it, peel a carrot, slice an apple, and then for the last test I'm going to take a ripe tomato and see if the edge will still cut it. So stay tuned, that video should drop I think in 2 weeks from today, and I'm really excited to do that. But before we get there, let's do a quick little paper test. As I said, you can see this thing's still dirty. It went through about 3 hours of the kind of abuse that you saw on the video. Let's see if it cuts paper. I honestly have no idea. Yeah, we're struggling a little bit. Well, there we go. Once you catch in, it's not too bad. Obviously, there's a portion of the blade kind of right here where if I had a misfire, that'd be the point to go into the dirt. And that's a little bit more finicky than the rest of the knife. Initiating the cut is a little bit difficult, but once you get in there, that 20-degree Dual Grit Edge is still holding up after 3 hours straight of abuse. So I'm not displeased with that, but I'm really excited actually to see how other steels and other heat treatments hold up to this testing. So stay tuned for the Combat Kitchen episode. And just to give a few shout-outs before we close the video. So if you enjoyed the huge boost in audio quality, videography, and production of this video, my friend Drew, who's also a YouTube creator living here in New Zealand, helped me with the footage. He did the filming. So I will try to figure out YouTube enough to put a link here that you can click on. If you're curious about the shirt that I'm wearing today, it's the Free Burma Rangers. The Free Burma Rangers is an awesome aid organization. My wife and I worked with them to some extent when we were living in Thailand, and I'll put a link to the movie about the work that they do in the description. If you love a good cause and you want to see oppressed people groups helped in ways that really matter, please check them out. A little channel update. I've recently contacted Roman from K's Knives Switzerland, and he's keen to try out a Dual Grit Edge, and I'm hoping he'll produce a video in the next few weeks. I've also reached out to the Science of Sharp, and I'm waiting to hear back, but they said that they may be willing to make an exception to their no free research rule, because the Dual Grit Edge may be kind of educational for a lot of sharpeners around the world, and he's going to get back to me about whether he would be willing to do some scanning electron microscope photography, which would be so cool! I would be so excited for that. So hopefully that will answer some of you guys' questions in a more objective way as to why the Edge performs the way that it does. A little quick update from me. I took last week off. I pre-scheduled a release and I just took some space from YouTube. And here's what I realized. I was looking a lot at the channel analytics and the numbers and all that stuff and thinking about how I could make this channel cool like the other knife channels. And I realized something. I don't really care to be like the other knife channels. I think Pete and Nick Shabazz and a whole bunch of guys are doing great stuff with reviewing. I don't really want to become them. I'd like to be myself. So I'm coming back to dual grit testing, unorthodox reviews that are fun to watch, DIY projects that I really find interesting, and really solid sharpening tips. So I'm hopping off the train of trying to get popular really fast, and I just encourage you, if you want to be here with me playing the slow game to change the knife world with dual grit sharpening, we're coming back to our purpose here on the channel. Let's sharpen some stuff. Anyway, that's a sort of quick update on the ethos that the channel is going to take from here on out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. And until next time, peace out from the home slice.